Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In our previous tutorial, we had learned how to work with the icons with the header. Now in this tutorial, we will be spreading a lot. We will be now working with the images along with the header class. Stay tuned. Now as usual in the first case, we will be creating a comment section here where we will be writing down the objective of this individual tutorial, working with the images in the header class. And in the next case, the first thing that we are going to do, we will be creating a separate container in this respect, and of course we will be observing our result. So this is the container. Now we are about to create the row. We will be creating the row. So these are the preliminary steps that we need to accomplish. Now in this particular case, first of all, let's create this individual header class. This is the h2, and here along with this h2 we will be using this individual header class. Now this is the point of observation, as we can see that in the previous case where we had practically used an icon along with the header class, this time we ain't using any kind of icon or image class along with this header. We are just leaving it empty. Instead, under the same h2 class, we will be now working up with some image, and as usual let's make the path here. So we will be using this foxsmall.png and the class. Here we will be using this image class. And in the next case, all we are going to do, we will be using a class contained along with a div element right over here in an order to write something right by the side of this image that we have imported so far. And here we could write anything, something like this is your profile pic. So press Ctrl S and head back to your project. Now if we reload, we can see that practically an image is being imported into our project along with the text that we inserted. We can write significantly anything along with our header tag that we have created. And in case if you have noticed that we have used this h2 class and we have provided this image source and this div element right within this header class. Now in the alternate case, first of all, this is the div element. Here we will be mentioning that this is column, that this is the first column, and this is the first row right over here. So in the next case, all we are going to do, we will be creating another row and we will be using a single column. First of all, we are removing all of these elements so far that we had created. This is the h2 class. There it goes. Let's make the modification. Now in the next case, let's observe whether this thing works along with the vertical segment class that we had used earlier into our project. We will be creating a head banner first, and then we will be creating some paragraph element in an order to check whether this individual image source along with this header class work along with the segment class. In this case, as usual, we will be needing first a vertical segment class right over here. Vertical segments as we had created earlier. Okay. Now we won't be needing any of this header class in the first case. All we are going to do, we are about to create just a header element first. So we are putting this red class. Now in the next case, all we are going to do, red vertical segment and this individual class along with this header, it will be practically turning the text. This individual text will be turned into a red color. So this is the first case, and in the next case we will be creating a paragraph element. There it goes. So we'll be needing some text. So we have just copied up a text and we have pasted it right over here. Press Ctrl S. Now if we head back to our project and reload, we can see that this will be the result, and for the time being we can't see anything, no border line at the bottom part. Sorry, we had forgotten to mention this UI red vertical segment right over here. So first of all, press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and we can see that this will be the obvious result. Here goes the vertical segment along with a border top on top of this vertical segment class. Now all we need to do, let's see whether this image element practically works with this red header or not. So that is why all we need to do, we will be using an image source. So we are mentioning the source here. So again, we will be now this time using this test image1.jpg. There it goes. And next we are going to use this class UI image. Here it is. Now if we press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that this will be the result. So we can see that with or without any particular div class of content, we are practically able to write anything significantly by the side of this individual image that we have imported. And now if we press Ctrl Shift M, we can see that at the breakpoint of 768 pixels, this is the obvious result. Another thing, we may make usage of another div class known as subheader, and here we may make usage of this line again. So let's head back to our project and reload, and we can see that for the first case where we had practically made usage of a class name of subheader along with a div element, there we can see that the property, the font style, the font weight and the font size, all of these properties are practically different than the same text used along with this paragraph element. And if we now just inspect our element, there it goes, div class subheader, and we can see that the font size here is mentioned as 1.1428, but for this individual p tag, the font size is 1 Arial. So this is going to be the result. So in this tutorial we have practically known about how to use some definite kind of image classes along with our header class. In the next tutorial we will be dealing up with various kind of image classes being used by the default UI semantic theming. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.